Asian society of these days now. Luckily, you had an experience of being among those who experienced the past and still experiencing the present now. So, are you seeing the kind of disconnection in the area of culture between the past and the present when you look at the Asian society today, sir?
Thank you so much. There is a disconnection. The reason for that disconnection is because there is no follow up. The culture is also dynamic like any other system. There must be a change. And when it's changing, what does it change to? Lawlessness? Rudeness? Is that what it should change to? That is the question I may ask, if you ask me. Because of the changing time, no culture will remain forever the same way it began. No one. There must be a change. And when it's changing, where and how does it change? Is it gradual or automatic? It cannot be automatic. It's gradually as people from different cultures are coming into your domain, joining you, you become not the same people in the same society. Then a borrowed culture might come in. And that borrowed culture, the Asian people, particularly in Uromi, we are swift in borrowing other people's culture. I know it is easy for the Uromi man's language to submerge if he has stayed in another person's domain. For the speed of adaptation, they quickly adapt to something new, which will quickly make them to forget the former. For instance, when they said something is raining, what does it mean? It means a new one has come in because the old one is no longer in vogue, so they will say. But tradition, culture is ever in vogue. Because if you have no culture, you have lost your identity, and that is a complete loss. So what is likely to happen as we see it is that they will intensify this education in our countryside, the villages, because we think we are wrong when it comes to other people's culture. How do we think we are wrong? You are a black man. You suppose that you wouldn't have been black, that you need to be white. And white you will never be. You will never be white. Evidence of that one is showing in the faces of those who want to be white. By today, those who experience it better know it. And that won't just come in because they think they ought to be white and not black. That is how we change in everything. Even the food we eat. The one we have is not a good one by us. We think the one they put in a carton, the one in a sachet, the one in a can are the ones. You don't know how they were prepared. And they take pleasure taking junks instead of cooking their food. Worst of it, too many people, too many may not know how to cook at all because of since the Indomie and Indomie noodle has come in. You ask somebody, go and cook ogbolo for us. He wouldn't understand what you are saying, but they can eat. What are we doing about that one? Why should parents that know these things not teach their children? Because the world may not end tomorrow. Those that are doing it now, if they are no longer there, and the culture of cooking a good soup in Eastern land, will it eroded? That is a question for anybody that will see it. That's just a mere example. We quickly adapt. Instead of refining our culture to suit the purpose we want it to suit, we quickly dump it for another person's culture, as if that one is better. It is not better any day, unless we have a change of mind and approach to it. That whereas change is constant and culture should change, the change, let it be positive. A positive change. Change that will bear fruit. Change that will bear good fruit and not evil fruit. Change that will enhance performance. Change that will make people look better. Change that can contribute to the society. That is the change that we should go for. But for the now, I think they think we are all wrong. We cannot be all wrong. If, however, we get it wrong in some places, we can put it right. But the worst of it is Asian language is removed from curriculum in the school. And where do you teach somebody to speak Ishan? If I'm an Ishan man and I cannot speak Asian, tell me how how can I say I'm an Ishan man? If I speak to you, Ara Jomo, Mekwe Hesan. And you're an Ishan man, you don't hear Ishan. But okay, Thomas. Bakita by Peter. Oh, they there. Okay, I knew. So you find out that where we are getting it wrong, there is no documentation whatsoever. If there be any, I don't know. There may be, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't know any Asian culture that is documented. They are all unwritten. And people tell it as story and put it into practice. If you tell me, if you ask somebody, before the advent of cutlass in Asia, what were people using to clear their bush? Okay. What will I tell them? I grew up to meet cutlass. But cutlass was only invented not too long. It was only brassmith that beat iron, a piece of iron, to form hoes. Shovel are made from woods. They carve it, call it owebe. Ugbara nareho eken. All those things, none of this generation would have known them because they are not documented. Now that Those things were what our forefathers used to labor. When the Oibo came and we find ones that are better, there is a reason for us to know what these people, how do these people suffer with these things? Then we think of a positive change. Then we'll be creative. We wouldn't rely on getting. Okay. We wouldn't rely on getting. We should rely on production. We should rely on production. If by today cutlasses are made in Esan, it is not too much. Unless for the blacksmith they make holes, but not digger. Not digger. They made woody holes. And the people that are doing that are the old people that may soon pass away. Well, the other boy may say, this one is fatigue. I can't do this kind of labor. You go and find how to do it and make a cottage industry, small cottage industry that will be producing, for a start, producing few holes. Nobody start big. Not everybody start big. You will go and look for how do we help these people. I thought before this age, I'm a septuagenarian. I thought before now there will be mechanized farm in our land where people will not depend on who are cutlass. And that is yet to be. And we are not even working towards that. So we should, of a matter of fact, try to develop the ones we have. If you continue to get and you don't produce, here we are. And we will be where we are. So there is no shortcut to it. If the person you are buying from wouldn't sell for you, you are handicapped. Try to imitate the Esan people. If you are changing your culture, you should try to imitate what is good. Bring home those things you know. There can be a factory in Uromi, and you are marketing the goods in Onitsha, Aba, Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Abuja, Benin. Yes, there can be. But we tend to be thinking that if you have money, you buy. But I think time is up now that we should think fast. If it is this hard this time, supposing we have a generation that did not know what is production. Because my father produced yam in the farm. We have barns. We have barns where yams are stored up. But today, nobody knows what is yam in the farm. They don't know the leaf of farm. So many people will not know the leaf of yam when you get to the farm. I beg your pardon. They just think if you get to the market, this is a tuber of yam. And because we refuse to produce, we are at the mercy of those people we are buying from. So the Esan people, my brother, they should try to move fast. So I will really beg our people, those of us that have deep pockets, to come and reason together. Each time I will hear a community meeting, sometimes during Easter, during Christmas, and other times they said the community meeting, so community meeting. Nobody, if there be any, I don't know, we discuss how can this place be developed into becoming area where things can be produced. That's a good thing that will help the people. We accuse, how can we say it? How can we say it that these boys don't want to do something? We introduce them into not doing anything. We introduce them into not doing anything. Because the boy that is not doing anything, what did you give him to do that he has not done? Ask me. So we should be able to think of some people producing what they need. If it is not today, they should think about it tomorrow. Thank you.
What a great insight. I only want to drop my mic and start clapping, right? But all the same, that you deserve an applause, sir. Yeah, I think the picture is so clear now that so many things revolve around culture, and that we don't dump our culture because we see another new one. Rather, we should improve on what we have before accepting the one that just come in. Actually, I'm seeing that today now we have more value for Indomie than Gary, whereas Gary is our own. And each Indomie we buy today put some money into the pocket of the producers. Whereas the Gary I was able to buy here, we leave it and allow the producer to be in penury and want. I think you sent a strong message to us, and I'm sure people that have the brain should know what you are talking about here.